Hello, everyone, and welcome to the training. 3 secrets to Facebook marketing that will deliver over 100 leads, even if you've never used Facebook before. Now, what I want to do with this training is I actually want to provide value. I want to actually teach you something that you can use and apply in your business, or let's say if you're starting out, I'm going to give you the tools so that way you can get your first 100 leads. And so why am I doing this? Well, I have a nonprofit. It is Success Mindset Institute, and our mission is to educate and empower business owners and entrepreneurs with digital marketing, branding, and technology strategies. I'm doing that because I've been in your position too. I don't know whether you have some success, have been wildly successful with your business or not, but when I first started, I wasn't successful. I didn't know about personal development. I didn't know that I could grow my business and that I could excel in life. And so went through years of trial and error to get to the point where I found mentors and teachers and was able to progress to a point where now I'd like to give back. Now I've worked with the large agencies. I've worked with the businesses that have had 200 or 300 locations, and then with that expertise and spending thousands on ads, I was able to learn what truly works. And so this is me. I'm Daniel Bishop, and you probably saw me in the video before. So I'm the founder of Creative Media Experts. That's my digital marketing agency. You can go to that website. And then this is Success Mindset Institute. So this training is from my nonprofit because I want to help and empower business owners. So over 15 years in sales and marketing, definitely work with large agencies and, hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of budgets. And so that's all I'm going to say about me. Now it's about you. I want to be able to train you because I was able to create the wallet out ready to buy, but in the seat customer campaign. And so let's get started, right? So 3 secrets to Facebook marketing that will deliver over 100 leads, even if you've never used Facebook before. Okay. And so let's start right here. So the first secret is secret number 1, location-based targeting. Okay. So if you come here, and when you first start off with Facebook ads, you end up with this screen, which is horrific. You feel like you're in a submarine. You've got dials and dashboards. You've got a lever. I don't even know what, let me actually go back. I'm going to show you. You got these dials and levers, and what is this, a reticle right here? And like, what is specific or broad, right? These two right here. And and you're targeting something, and I genuinely felt on this first day that it was a submarine. I saw the screen, I had no idea what to make of it. I had no idea what to do. I didn't even know what it should do, and if it was important to do it. If it was just a big old ball of frustration, but possibly intimidation and just plain old concern. And so that was what was really interesting about Facebook, is their location-based targeting, and it's absolutely insane. So it's not wrong, but the default is incorrect. Like, let's say your business is Miami. Okay. So this is right there. If you look at that, you're a real life business owner, you're a carpenter, you're a chiropractor, you're a plumber, you're a dentist. It's absolutely crazy to take out a newspaper ad in a city that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, even 7 cities away. These are not your potential customers. They're not a great fit, right? This is, if you look at this right here, it's 25 miles around. It's absolutely insane to take your limited time, effort, energy, and dollars and send your marketing message to someone who lives in Fort Lauderdale. Okay. That's what Facebook defaults to. So people that aren't from the Florida area, Miami to Fort Lauderdale, depending on traffic, that you're looking at least like 45 minutes. Okay. Driving. And so Facebook defaults there. Okay. Which is a problem, right? Because you know what your customer's base is, and it isn't all the way from Homestead. Okay. Which Homestead actually, let's go back here. Homestead is like way down here, okay, which is like another 45 minutes south, okay. And so Facebook defaults to this massive zone, and around your business, you can't afford to waste your time, your money, your limited dollars. You can't afford to spend 1,000, 5,000, or 10,000 or 50,000 on plain old oops and marketing mistakes. So this entire radius is way too big. If you're in South Florida, you know about a company called Sonic, right? So this is Sonic. And because they advertise a lot, right? They blanketed South Florida with all their marketing, and they only have one location. And that's right about here. And it's like one Sonic. And I don't know anybody that's going to be in South Beach and go all the way over to Sonic. It's not going to happen. Nobody drives within 10 minutes of fast food, right? But Sonic can afford it. Sonic can afford to make this mistake. Sonic has billions of dollars, okay? You don't. You can't afford to be Sonic. You can't afford to have a radius this big. And maybe you can make the argument, Daniel, but one time there was just one person that drove 45 minutes away to come to my shop. And I'm going to say, great, you're not wrong. Who should I focus on? The people 45 minutes away or the people within a 20-minute drive? Even if you do find a group of people in Fort Lauderdale that is absolutely positively that they love your stuff, that responds here and drives all the way down, your dollars will get wasted. Your dollars will get wasted on people who can't be your customers, which is everybody else. And let's say these people do call and do schedule an appointment. They're going to pass 45 of your competitors along the 45-minute route. They're going to be super angry and super disappointed. And that wasn't supposed to be, so it was supposed to be a 20-minute consultation. Now it took 2 hours with traffic. So your time and their time will be wasted from responses that are too far away. So if you can fix this zoning problem, you'll stop 90% of your budget going to waste. So I'm going to show you the secret. I'm going to show you a better alternative, okay? Tighten up that radius. You'll notice that this is kind of like zoomed in at first. We're starting off here. And then I started to zoom in as an example. Let's say you're a brand new dentist based out of Coral Gables right here, okay? And you're actually at this weird intersection at Ponce and Palomero. And people at Ponce and Palomero, and people in the audience know Coral, if they know Coral Gables, it's like this weird traffic circle. And then there's another traffic circle that's really an oval that everybody gets in a car crash in. It's super confusing how it works because they're looking at the bigger traffic circle, and it's all messed up. So you're a new dentist with limited time and limited dollars, okay? And so no one in Homestead and Hollandale did not bring in customers for reference, okay? Here, Homestead here and Hollandale, Homestead's down here and Hollandale's up here, okay? So people, and like, if you look at this, like your business is here, okay? It would be absolutely insane to start your marketing message, whether it's Facebook, whether it's newspaper, billboards, whatever you want to call it. Okay, it would be insane to try to convince Fort Lauderdale people to drive all the way down to Hollandale, and then Hollandale people to drive all the way, or even Homestead to drive all the way up. So like even Hollandale, which is a little bit higher right here. So Fort Lauderdale is like way up here, but Hollandale is a little bit higher. It would be ridiculous to go past that because it's going to take them too much time. Okay. Instead, you want to focus your limited time, limited dollars on a 20-minute serviceable zone, which is right here, 4 miles. Okay. People will see your message. So I'm just going to go right now. It's within driving distance, walking distance. I might as well just take this opportunity. Okay. And when you focus your limited dollars, you get a better bang for your buck just by charging people that are within a serviceable zone that genuinely believe you are the local business. Mark Zuckerberg won't like it, but he'll have to find someone else to pay for his houses. This is how you will get butt in the seat customers, by taking your retargeting reticle for your radius, your advertising zone, and tightening it up. You'll notice at first it's 25 miles. Now it's only for companies that hire us or do an audit or a strategic consultation. This is the first thing we check. So if anybody hires us, we do this first. Okay. And we charge about, $297 to just pick up the phone, go in there into their ad set. And this is very often the first thing that we do that immediately gets some results. So that's secret number one. Location, location, location-based targeting. This applies to mechanics, carpenters. This applies to private schools. This applies to dentists, doctors, attorneys. This applies to everybody. Okay. So now number two, the thumb stopping, attention getting, click worthy, act now offer. Okay. The biggest mistake, or the second biggest mistake that small businesses make, right, as they make an ad that looks like this. This is a real ad that I saw. I changed the name. It's not the business, but oh my God, is this not the most disappointing, ugliest thing you've ever seen? I mean, it's a black and white photo. I mean, from the 1920s that you can barely see, barely understand, that has somehow been framed by some extra photoshopping. Nobody can actually identify, are these these real life people? The idea of history in our backyard is lost with a message that photo message. I mean, over 100 years of history in our backyard. I mean, I don't know. It just doesn't make sense. Bonanza Horse Center is now open. It's just unclear. So what'll happen is a small, medium-sized business who's convinced that this is a good idea will put this ad on Facebook, spend $1,000, $10,000, or even $100,000, which I have seen. They won't get the result, and then they say, Facebook ads didn't work. We tried it. We got no response. Our audience doesn't exist on Facebook. Okay. And then I can't say they're wrong because that just is not going to work. But I say, you know what? You're probably right. What's interesting is that Facebook ads is $1 billion business. And there are 1 billion other small businesses just like you. That I figured it out. As it turns out, Mr. Johnson, Facebook ads won't work unless you have a reason to actually click on this offer, a reason to take action, a reason for this real life person to convert from a view into a click, into a customer, and into a conversion. Or at the very least, you have a type of photo that's worth attention, a collage that's worth attention, or a video that's worth attention. And I'll bet you dollars to donuts, Mr. Johnson, that when you've got this together, you said, let's try it, and we put $100,000 into it and then blamed the end result on something other than your bad process. And that's what's in my head. He said you should. The end result, though, Mr. Johnson, is you have an offer that is not worth clicking on and worth breaking a habit over. And believe me, you want the customers that built a habit. If you're over the age of 25, you have habits. Those are the things and the customers that you want. The thing that you want, the customers that you want, are the ones that get habits built, the ones that go back again and again. So you have to have an offer worth breaking a habit over. So right here goes to, let's see, let's go to this. Okay, the same, so, I go to the same chiropractor every day at 6:45, or sorry, every Friday. So I've been going for 5 years. I'm not leaving my chiropractor. If I see an ad that looks like this, I'm not leaving my chiropractor. Okay, this is for me. If you give me dollars off, I'm not leaving my chiropractor. If you do a 2-for-1, it's not going to happen. But if I see a Facebook ad for a chiropractor down the street, assuming, an examination, evaluation, doctor report, finding, to free x-rays, free adjustments, 25-minute massage, and a guaranteed 20-minute turnaround. Now, myself, right, who's habit driven, who is high volume, high margin, low cost customer for the chiropractor, I'm starting to pay attention. As it turns out, great Facebook ads, the kind that get you the result you want, are built in 6 specific steps. So I said that because, myself, as a person that goes every single week to the chiropractor, at least once or twice a week, they're going to want someone like me, but it really has to catch my attention and give me something that my chiropractor is not already doing. Okay. And so a great Facebook ad. So there's a reason why we do 6 specific steps. Okay. We do it for a specific reason. I did not invent these steps. People much smarter than me did. I'm just showing you what works for me. If you follow these 6 steps, you will get results. If you don't follow these steps, you won't get results and you'll just blame Facebook at it. Okay. So if you're interested in seeing these 6 results, raise your hand now and leave a comment. Okay. So these are the 6 psychological steps. Okay. To a high performing Facebook ad. The first step to a high performing and psychologically successful Facebook ad is to call your audience out. Hey, Miami. Hey, Chicago. Hey, downtown Atlanta. Hey, Honda Civic owners. Hey, iPhone lovers. Hey, whiteboard users. I just named stuff in my room right now. Hey, location and that's specific. You can get however specific you can get. Or I could put, hey, Miami moms and dads. I would put, it could be anything, right? The more specific you get with your audience, the more playful it is, the more real you are, the more people actually respond, and the more dollars and conversations you will make. So number 1, call your audience number, call it the second one is call your pain, right? So you're calling your audience out. You're saying back pain, neck pain, and headaches are no fun, right? So I saw this on Dan Henry's course. Okay, that's how we learned everything. Call out the pain. As it turns out, the people in the room making the marketing decisions. Just imagine these groups of people. They run a business as much as they like to be convinced of themselves. They know their customers, but they've actually never done customer research. So this is a big thing that happens when I talk to clients, is that the clients that I've talked to have never actually done the research. So people do an ad and they don't know how to call out the pain. So that's a big part. Okay. And so when they don't know their customers' actual pain, they don't know their pain points, their needs, wants, fears, and goals. So if you're reading this, do some research first. Talk to your potential customers for yourself or for your client. Ask them about their needs, wants, fears, goals, and concerns. And you will very quickly find out that person's pain is, and you can take care of it right there. So that's the second one, right? So call out the pain. I know my arrows aren't lined up. They're not showing up 1, 2, 3, but that's okay because it's calling the pain is number 2. Okay. So number 3 is have a worthy offer. Have a reason to break a habit. Have a reason and for them to click, call, and convert. I'm Dr. Blank with Blank Company, and I'm doing something amazing to promote our office again. Okay. So that's how we got the structure. Okay. And I'm going to give away a blank, 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 and blank for $20. Here's your hint. So put the dollars in there. You're not going to get rid of the tire kickers. They'll still show up. But at the beginning of an honest and real relationship, you are doing something in exchange for dollars. Put the dollars on there. You'll find more people are willing to pay money. So if you can see that right there, $21. And if you put free, as it turns out, psychologically, it's nearly impossible to go from 0 to free, free from free to $0. Wow. From free to money. It's almost impossible to get someone who's used to paying $0 and then get them to actually pay you. But if somebody used to pay you some money, they'll gladly pay more. So if you're worthy, offer, figure out what you want to do for your customer and have an offer between $20 and $70. Okay. Now that's what works on Facebook. Number 4 is have a scarcity-based action. Okay, right here. Figure out how many vouchers you want to give out. Figure out when this offer ends. Figure out a timeline and end it. And there's something strange that happens in the brain. People only act when they've got something to lose. So if you have a forever promotion, no one's going to respond. But if you say, we only have 37 vouchers and the offer ends on January 30th, first, now people are responding. So number 5 is you want a clear, focused photo of you and your team or any of your customers, no stock photos. You're not Instagram models. You're not selling cologne or weird perfume, or you're not at Equinox Gym. Believe me, their marketing is really weird. Look it up. Picture a picture of you and your team and real life people. It's amazing what happens when people walk in the door and see the people from the Facebook. It's like they've known you their whole life. So you will shorten the onboarding process, and your customers will be more excited to meet you and be with you and buy from you if they've seen you before. And lastly, number 6 is you have to repeat the offer. People don't read top down or left right. That's not how the brain works. Remember, we're working on a 100 million-year-old brain. And as soon as you start focusing, you start scattering to look for predators. People read the same way, especially on Facebook. They read the top to bottom. They go back to the top, go to the bottom, and then look at the photo. That's how their brain works. Okay. You can either fight that and pretend that your 6th grade English and grammar teacher were correct, or you can know your customers and sell the way they're buying. You will have to repeat your worthy offer in the text below. This Facebook ad right here is what launched my career. This was my first one. This was the first time I saw a dollar connection between the effort I was putting into the universe and the result I was giving it. This was my big one. This was my one. It was like the one funnel that worked. And the one that launched my career. This is the structure you should be using to get the results you want. Secret number 2 is a thumb-stopping, attention-getting, act now offer. Now, secret number 3, placing placements where they are supposed to be placed. When you first start Facebook ads, you run into this menu on the right, okay? It gets bigger every day, and you have no idea what this stuff means, but that's why I'm here, and this is your number 3 secret. Placements are where the ad appears. Think billboard, TV, magazine. If you're a car dealer, you've got stuff on radio, you've got stuff on television. That's where your ad is supposed to be placed. You and I both know it'd be absolutely insane to take a radio ad and put it on TV. And it would be insane to think you can take a newspaper ad and put it on a flyer, and be crazy to think you can take a newspaper ad and put it on the internet. Each of these need to be respected given the way people interact with them. You can't take a radio ad and put it on Google. That's not how placements work. Facebook actually has 8 different and unique placements across 4 different platforms. That is already confusing. Do the math. You've got a lot of options, each of which has its own pros and cons, some of which will perform for you, some of which won't. As a default, Facebook actually checks all the boxes here. Okay. And this is a screenshot from like 8 months ago. So there's like 2 more nowadays. Super frustrating and super intimidating for anyone who's just starting. Honestly, Facebook wants to run your ad everywhere so they can fill your order, say, tough, we're done, give us more money, or get out of line. I'm sorry, but you don't want your ad to run everywhere. You want your ad to run where it will get the most results in only one of these driven leads that results in actual customers that you want. And let me ask anybody in this crowd right now, how many of you feel confident that you can, on first try, pick the right one looking at the screen with 0 knowledge? Can you choose the correct one? How many of you can unequivocally 100% beyond a shadow of a doubt choose the correct box to launch your $1,000, $10,000, or $100,000 marketing campaign, knowing you have to get results? Nobody here would. And that's what Facebook relies on. As it turns out, only one of these is a correct one. And I'm starting from the bottom, Facebook Messenger. Okay. It's kind of still too early for sure. Again, this was a presentation 8 months ago. Now we're pretty confident about it. Audience network, that's everywhere else. So if you want your ad to appear on Tinder, you check that audience network box. Okay. You really don't want to, but if you check that box, it'll appear on Tinder, Instagram stories. Think Snapchat if you're building out a unique ad that makes sense for Instagram stories. Does your product or service or Facebook ad fit what's successful on Instagram? Probably not. Because you're not the e-commerce space, you're probably accidentally checked the right column. You didn't even know that exists on the right side of Facebook newsfeed. It's almost invisible to every single person, and that's the one that everybody knows. Okay. Okay. And so, there's Facebook streaming videos, right? And that's your 5-second in the middle of an ad by Jon Stewart or Stephen Colbert, all these cool viral marketing skits that everyone knows. So you got to interrupt that process. Okay. And so do you have a video ad that fits right there, or are you putting together a really bad collage? Instant articles advertised inside the New York Times as they're on Facebook. Looking at it like they click an article and your ad will appear right there. Are you a good fit for that? As it turns out, 99.99% of the time, the only Facebook placements that work for small and medium-sized business is the news feed. Okay. That's it, nothing else. So if you leave these, as you see here, with 2 or more boxes that are checked, you've immediately lost 90% of your opportunity for when your Facebook advertising budget will be sucked dry. Your order will be filled immediately before you can change anything, and Facebook will say, see you later, goodbye, thanks for your money. Or you only check this box right here, okay, and leave everything else unchecked, and all your time, effort, and ad dollars will be spent going in the right direction to where you get the results. Remember, as a default, Facebook wants you to advertise 25 miles around, have a bad ad and advertise it anywhere so you can run through the budget ASAP. But now you're smarter than that. You have 3 secrets, okay? And you know, it seems really simple, but if you stick to the end of the presentation, in fact, I'm just about finished, I will actually give you the presentation, okay? So instead of advertising everywhere, you're only going to advertise in your service zone, somewhere close to where somebody sees your ad and says, you know, I'm just going to go today right now. And that's how we're going to generate phone calls. And that's how we generate in-store appointments. That's how we get people to walk in your doors. And you're going to not have gross, boring ads that doesn't give a person a reason to click instead of going through all the psychological steps. Okay. And lastly, you're going to advertise only through the Facebook placement that actually produces results. You're not a big company like GE, Tesla, or Apple. Let's face it, 99% of you, and myself included, don't have the budgets that these giants do. So we've really gone through, and it seems like it's a quick presentation, but we don't let Facebook determine your circle and serviceable zone. Okay, we're making sure that 90% of the Facebook ads don't hit their goal, and people don't follow the 6 steps for ad success, which is what I taught you right now. Okay, and the last one is placing placements where they're supposed to be placed, and we're making sure that you don't waste your money. Okay, and so secret number 1, location-based targeting. Don't let Facebook determine your circle, determine your serviceable zone, so you get butt in the seats customers. A thumb-stopping, attention-getting, click-worthy offer. 90% of Facebook ads don't hit their goal, and you want to have a great human-focused photo feature to force you and your customers and to follow the 6 steps for your ad success. So the number 3 is placing placements where they're supposed to be placed. Facebook wants to spend your money fast, run your ad where it gets the most leads, and choose news feeds for the best results. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. That's the 3 secrets of Facebook marketing that would deliver you over 100 leads, even if you've never used Facebook before. So you all have a wonderful day, and I hope you learned a lot. Thank you so much.